Having a bad run, having a bad week at the office. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you exactly what it takes to bounce back from a loss and get back on that winning streak and win consistently. What's going on, self-helper, and welcome to Self-Help Yourself, the number one self-help channel dedicated to making you the best version of yourself. And every week here on this channel, we do that by inspiring you through the power of psychology. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so that you never miss another video. A very interesting concept that is we miss out on different opportunities because we end up losing. And sometimes it happens consistently. And the question is, how do you bounce back out of that? The thing is, when it comes to losing, it's all about how quickly you can bounce back. And that's the name of the game. Because if you stay in a mindset of losing consistently, or in reality it's actually happening that you happen to be losing a lot of matches or missing out on different opportunities and not really performing consistently, it's important to acknowledge that your mindset is playing a very important role, and that's what needs to change, right? So start off with this. Number one, your self-belief. The thing is, if you do not focus on what you have as a strong point, it's going to hold you back. And the thing is, we always go behind our weaknesses, and that tends to, hold back any kind of performance or any kind of change we can make. So we need to acknowledge that we will always have weaknesses, and to some extent, yes, they need to be corrected and we need to continue working on them. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that we need to look at our strengths. We need to focus on what we have as a strong point and focus on that. Because at the end of the day, if you keep working on just your weaknesses, it's just going to reveal that you have a lot of strong weaknesses if you continue working on them for a long period of time. What you should be focusing on is improving your strengths to a point that's what sets you apart. That's what makes you different from anyone else, and that allows you to stand out and outperform anyone else. That becomes your trump card that you keep playing at different junctures whenever you perform in different areas of your life. So that's the first thing. So transform your strengths and make them even stronger, and make your weaknesses reasonably strong to a point where they do not hinder your performance anymore. That's the first thing. Now, coming back to self-belief, you need to use your strengths and reaffirm your self-belief. The thing is, we often question ourselves with regard to whether we actually believe in what we're doing, whether we have the capacity to perform. This is one of the issues that we need to overcome. And if you are looking to beat this, you need to reaffirm and rediscover that self-belief. You do have the ability. It's just a matter of finding exactly what it takes. You need to get back on that winning streak. And a very interesting thing that winners tend to be able to do is they are able to bounce back. And how quickly can you bounce back? That is a question you need to answer. Are you going to hold yourself back with that negative mindset that is stopping you from performing at an optimal level? Do you need to readjust and prepare yourself again for the next event that may be coming up very soon? Be it a match, or be it a presentation or of some kind. You need to be at the top of your game at all points if you are going to be consistent and perform well. This is something that you need to consider. So rediscover that self-belief. And where does self-belief come from? Confidence. You need to rediscover that confidence once again. Because if you miss out on this key component of confidence, you're losing the most important part of the equation. And at the end of the day, if you need that self-belief to back up everything that you're doing, you need to be confident. So look back on all the hours and all the effort that you put in when it came to practicing leading up to that particular event. Look back on all the people who are supporting you, and then look at how you are going to leverage or use that particular confidence in the match. How can you transform all of that negative energy that you're feeling into something positive that is going to transform how you eventually perform? That's how confidence is built. Confidence is built in seconds, and it's all about making that mental shift that is going to back up. And of course, the more you practice, the more focused you are, that's how you redeliver that confidence and put it back into the right place where it has to be if you are going to perform. And when you think about it, the reality is that confidence stems from competence. So you need to be extremely competent. You need to train hard and do it regularly if you're going to perform consistently. So if you're missing out on any of these, get back to it, get back to work, go back to the drawing board, and then look at what you need to change if you're going to perform. So that was point number one. Point number two is, of course, accurate thinking. A lot of people don't do this very well, but the thing is, if you are going to perform well, you need to do this. You need to think accurately. When you lose a match or anything at anything else where you need to get back on that horse and start riding again, what you need to do is think accurately. Is the way I am thinking in line with reality? Am I thinking logically? Is there a way I can transform my thinking to better suit the situation? Am I considering all of the factors that I need to consider in order to perform well? What don't I know? These are some of the questions that accurate thinkers or winners tend to think this way. If you want to win consistently, this is one of the key factors, because winners tend to lose a lot as well, but they bounce back quickly. And that's what separates them from someone who isn't able to perform as well. If you want to do this, start thinking about how you can change. If you want to think accurately, you need to again look back on all the events where you didn't perform as well, and then try and frame them in a positive way. They all happened for a reason. Everyone tends to fail, and it's all about taking that and then transforming it into something positive that is going to power you through any of the challenges that you may be going through right now. Use that negative energy as motivation, a sense of power, and at the same time, use the victories that you've had, all of the challenges that you overcame. Use that as a motivational factor, or use that as a trigger to boost your performance. Again, that's where competence comes from. Leveraging or using all of those past losses and difficulties that you faced, all of those challenges, and then transforming them into something positive that can push you through anything that comes your way. That's point number two. So think accurately if you are going to beat anything of this sort. And the last point that you need to remember is focus. If you are going to focus accurately, it's going to be a big deal when it comes to actually winning and winning consistently. Because remember, wherever your focus goes, your energy tends to flow. Think about a time when you were, crouching down and, just not feeling very energetic. The thing is, when you do that, or you think about a negative event, when you do such something like this, it tends to hold you back. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you think about negative events or poor performances in the past, and you believe that that is going to repeat itself consistently over and over again, it goes back to the negative mindset. If you do tend to think this way, what's going to happen is you're going to end up harming your own or impeding your own progress. You tend to lose out on some of the key factors that winners do. They refocus, and this is exactly what you need to do. Start refocusing on the job at hand. Can you do anything about the losses that happened previously? Can you change the past? Can you do something differently by learning from the past? Yes, you can. And that's what refocusing is all about. Come back to reality, look at the situation objectively, and see what you can do in the now. What can you do in the present at this point of time to make that mental shift and once again reach that optimal level of thinking that is required to win. So that's the three things that you need to do. Number one, rediscover your self belief by rediscovering your confidence, and rediscover your confidence by becoming more competent. Use your past failures, all of those efforts that you put in order to win, and use that to transform your mind to become more confident and always believe in yourself. If you want to win consistently, you need to rely on yourself. Remind yourself that that is what is going to push you through. If you have the self belief, that is what matters at the end of the day. Nobody can stop you from not believing in yourself. It's all about you. So rediscover that self belief, find that confidence, and push all the way through that wall. And then, point number two, accurate thinking. You need to think accurately and adjust your thinking to the situation. Think logically, think realistically, and think objectively. And the last point, of course, is refocusing. You have a job to do, and the reality is you cannot change anything from the past, and it's important to learn from that experience and get back to what you need to do to change. Refocus and rediscover exactly what you need to do differently in this particular situation that is coming up. And that is what is again going to be a learning experience. The thing is, failures happen, and it's all about using those failures in the most positive way that you can by invoking change and believing that change is possible. You have the power to transform. It's all about discovering that power and finding exactly what it takes to push through that wall. So educate yourself, talk to people who can help you out with these situations, talk to experts. The best way to deal with this is to talk to someone who's already been through it, and that puts you in a position where you feel more confident. Once you have a strategy in mind, that makes it so much easier, because you're always lost, you're always looking to find reasons and excuses. There's no need to do that. There is a way out, and it's all up to you to discover it. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure you leave a like and hit that thumbs up button down there, and of course leave your comments down in the section below. I recommend you watch my video on negative self-talk after this one, because it's going to improve your understanding of what I've been talking about in this video and take your game to the next level. If you are interested in more videos like this one and you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon to become the best version of yourself. This is Vikram signing off, and I'll see you in the next session.